Iggy was always a pleasure to coach. You know, there's a percentage of guys on your team that you get really close to there. And Iggy was one of those guys that was very endearing to the coaches because he was very dependable, very respectful, and came every single day. And as a senior, he was a starter on our special team. Was never an issue in the classroom. So he was a real pleasure to have in our football program and in our locker room.
I started playing football when I was in about the 6th grade. I just really wanted to be like my brother because he played football in high school. It keeps me from, being bored, keeps me productive, makes us just one big family, and that's what I really love about football.
So football is a very big night for us. We have a lot of things going on.
It was a punt return. Tampa Bay Tech was punting the ball to us. I looked down at my play sheet and I heard a roar from the crowd, and my coach up in the box, Coach Emmanuel, says we have one of our guys down.
Just watching the expression and the reaction from the coaches and players, it became very apparent quickly that this was something different.
The most frightening 10 minutes of my coaching career at that point.
We were doing punt return, and I remember they kicked the ball, and I went back to make a block for him because, I tried to give him a running lane so we can get some points. And then when I went to hit the guy, it's like he fell, and then I just blacked out in midair, and then that's all I remember.
He was face down, and you're very reluctant to roll him because of the cervical neck injury possible. Couldn't tell if he was breathing, was unresponsive to calling him.
Here he is being wheeled around and taken into a hospital, taken into an emergency room. He doesn't know what's going on. He can't feel anything. He doesn't remember anything. I just said, Iggy, it's going to be okay. And he just kind of nodded at me, and it was like he was stronger than all of us that were there at that time.
They had done the test, the MRI, the x-rays, and they had concluded that there wasn't any permanent damage, but it would take a long while to get him back.
The official diagnosis, they said spinal shock. It's like when you have such a hard impact on the body that your whole body and nerves just shut down on you. When I actually had sat and talked with my doctor, he said you would be able to play football when you're fully recovered and within a year of the incident.
He was out of school, I would say 3.5 weeks. And he came back with a walker and braces. And
he wanted to make up all his assignments. He wanted to graduate on time with his class, and he wanted to come back as soon as possible. So he had the perfect demeanor and the perfect, determination to get through this.
I got the list of students that were going to sign, and I saw his name there, and I was so delighted. I was like, oh, this is fantastic news.
Not many people in my family played in college. That coach at Becker College reached out to me 2 days after my injury. He said if I ever wanted to play again, just to let him know, and that meant a lot to me.
Our kids are, a lot of them, the odds are stacked against them, regardless of whether or not there's a catastrophic injury. So to add that to the mix, it certainly beats all the odds.
Through his perseverance, through his character, through being one of those guys that just comes with his lunch pail every day, it doesn't even matter if he's successful in college football. The fact that he was able to get to that point after where he was on the 22nd of September is absolutely incredible.
Well, I've learned, when you're out on the field, just play every play like it is your last, because you never know what could happen. I never really learned it until that night, September 22nd, when I had my injury.